The clock has continued ticking. In the bill of the Joe Biden government is already on the table. Trillions of federal spending, a deficit that continues to grow, and policies that have left their marks on every corner of the United States. But how much? Has this 4 years period really cost us? So how much did Biden government cost? Since Biden took office in 2021, employment has been a strong point. The unemployment rate fell to 3.9% in 2024 thanks to a robust post-pandemic economic recovery. Policies such as the American Rescue Plan and Inflation Reduction Act contributed to this. That injected records to stimulate the economy and create jobs, especially in sectors such as clean energy and manufacturing. At 4.2%, the employment rate, while still low, is up half a point from beginning of the year. What's beyond and decrease? There is no simple answer, but one factor beyond the July increase was so-called temporary unemployment. The dynamic of employment over the past 2 months reminds that temporary unemployment has less persistent impact on the unemployment real rate relative to more permanent layoff. To see this point, consider the behavior of unemployment insurance claims just last year. Before 2023, high year-over-year growth and continuing claims was almost always associated with a recession, but even though that growth rate rose to about 30% in mid-2023, a rate typically indicative of recession. The crucial context was that mid-2022 continuing claims had been historically low due to a combination of a tight labor market and the hangover from the pandemic. As such, simply returning to normal level meant big increases from the low baseline. And as we have seen since mid-2023, the rise in continuing claim last summer was clearly not associated with a recession. With the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, $1.2 trillion was allocated to modernize roads, bridges, and transportation system. This not only create employment, but also help revitalize areas affected by the industrialization. In addition, investment was made in repatriating semiconductor manufacturing and K technology, strengthening as economic security. As shown in Figure 1, the share of their budget the state and local government devote to capital investment fell sharply in the 1970s and early 1980s, before stagnating and drifting downwards over the decade that followed. During the COVID-19 pandemic, state and local capital investment fell in lockstep with broader economic output. But during the first year of the recovery, it did not keep pace with the sharp rebound economic activity and fell sharply as a share of the economy. Since the bill passed, through state and local capital investment has rebounded and returned to pre-pandemic levels. The 2 years increase in state and local capital investment as a share of state and local spending 1.6 percentage point at the largest since 1979. The United States has experienced a striking surge in construction spending for manufacturing facilities. Real manufacturing construction spending has doubled since the end of 2021. The surge comes in a supportive policy environment for manufacturing construction, the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Inflation Reduction Act and CHIPS Act each provide direct funding and tax incentives for public and private manufacturing construction. Inflation for the month of May came at an annual rate of 4%, and the White House immediately and misleading tweeted that inflation has fallen by more than half. In reality, inflation is increasing, not falling. Only the rate at which the increase is lowered and not by nearly enough. Inflation is like compound interest, it just keep adding up. While annual inflation grew at a 4% rate in May, that was on top of annual rate of 8.6% last May. So over the past 2 years, inflation has been up nearly 13%. The White House tweeted absurdly claimed that this give families real breathing room. It doesn't. Well, we've now seen 6 percentage points of yearly headline CPI disinflation since June 2022. That month, the unemployment rate was 3.6%. It is now a half point higher, meaning we have been in a world with a very low sacrifice ratio. We see that in this next slide, the often cited average curve figured, with the blacks that show calling labor demand through the diminished vacancy channel versus higher unemployment. The national debt reached 33.8 trillion in 2024, reflecting significant spending on social programs and international aid, including Ukraine. While these measures fail to respond to immediate crises, they have left little fiscal. In the past 10 years, the U.S. public debt are almost doubling as absolute terms to around $33.7 billion, or trillion. We spend it amid dealing with the pandemic causing a significant increase. As a result, government debt in relation to economic output rose to just under 100. In addition to other factors such as a positive labor market environment and a substantial consumer spending mood, the U.S. economy was also well supported by the country's expansionary fiscal policy until recently and grew by around 5.2% on an analysis basis in the third quarter of 2023. In the period from October 2022 to September 2023, the deficit was nevertheless less 6.3%, primarily due to tax revenues, which has fallen significantly short of expectations despite the good economic situation. Now, Donald Trump returned to the stage with a transformed country. But what challenge will he face beyond the economic? How will he manage social tensions, deteriorate international relations, and the vision of the divided nation? In our next video, we will explore that Biden lives politically and socially to the new Trump administration. What challenge and opportunity will mark this new chapter on the United States? Subscribe and join us at the Essential Analysis.